just got in. I think the more novice the breeder, the less open they are to these kind of ideas. They're just really dogmatic about, you got to have that shoulder. The type of dogs. I used to think when I would go to a herding event or see what was a working dog, I thought that the working dog breeders were just stupid. I thought, how could they breed such ugly dogs? And, my mind was just closed. And as I've come to learn more and more about the two different worlds, and to learn that the working dog breeders are just as organized, they're just as academic, they're just as studied, they're just as committed to breeding a good dog as a show type breeder. They just have different priorities. And what they do is they put the horse first before the cart. They breed the dogs that do the job best. So this is a Saluki. I got this off the internet. That's Champion Saluki, hunting Saluki. This is a show Saluki. Now, one thing I think you'll find among almost all show dogs, and I find this very, very interesting. To me, although the dogs may vary in size, they may vary in head type and coat type, all show breeds primarily look the same. They're very symmetrical, they're very square, they're very pleasing to the eye. But is this the dog that if dumped in the middle of the northern desert of Africa could do the best job? This is a top German short-haired pointer herd dog. It's not what we're used to seeing. But they think this dog, the working dog people, breed to this dog like crazy because he does the job best. And we might ask ourselves, I really think that the breed standard is almost sort of like a religion. I think that we come up with these ideas about shoulder layback or the ratio between the length of back and the length of the loin and all these kinds of ideas, but have we really systematically done the research? Have we put these dogs to the test? Have we measured their caloric output when they're racing? Have we measured how long their endurance is, what their heart rate is? Have we done all these things? No, we have not. It's just an idea that we have that this is supposed to be the best dog. And I know we all hang our hats on this. All right? This dog here is the best at what he does. Does he have beautiful conformation? I would say no, he doesn't.
Or not, because you don't have him standing in profile.
Well, I did my best to get the dog standing in profile, but I think I can see definitely here that this dog does not have show type conformation. This dog does. It's a beautiful dog. It's a gorgeous dog. This is a greyhound. Now, the greyhound people that race greyhounds will not allow AKC greyhounds to be put into their stud dog books because they feel that they're inferior quality in terms of racing. Now, I'm not suggesting that what we're doing is a bad thing. I've done it for years and years and years. I've bred beautiful dogs that are sound, they're healthy, they have terrific temperaments, they're great with kids, but I haven't, until only the very few last years, tried to breed a dog that maybe would be good at hunting large game and surviving in South Africa. I've tried. I'm not saying that I've done it. So, all I'm saying is that if we want to breed show dogs, that's okay. We can do that. But I don't think we should fool ourselves into thinking that if we breed the layback shoulders, and we breed the deep briskets, and we breed the short loin, and we breed everything balanced, that that's necessarily the dog that's going to do what it's supposed to do. This is actually a racing bred greyhound, show-bred greyhound. Racing, show. This is a beautiful dog, gorgeous dog. Probably a wonderful pet. This is a top field golden retriever. Maybe you can't see its profile, but I think we can all see it's not the dog we're used to seeing in the show ring. I read all about this dog. It is one that has done lots of winning. It's been bred to a lot, and it does the job. This also is a field dog, golden retriever. This is a show dog. Now, I personally have bred many Ridgebacks that have done well in work horsing, have done well in agility, have done well in obedience. But I will say also that the really hardcore working dog people do not consider AKC anything a true test of working ability. Now, I will say that in my experience between the conformation world and the working world, the Ridgeback people are really doing a terrific job. I mean, we're doing the sidehound, the work horsing thing. That's great. We're really incorporating obedience and agility. We're making a push to draw all of this into our breed and putting as much emphasis on the conformation as we are the working part of the breed. But I think we might try to do this even more so, to make it more important, to put more emphasis on it. Because if we don't, we will have working Ridgebacks and conformation Ridgebacks. Maybe that's what we want. That's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think we ought to go into it being aware of that's what we're doing. Here's a field-bred English setter, showbred. And if you notice these photographs, the dogs, they all look the same. The different breeds. They're all beautifully symmetrical, long necks, pretty top lines, they're very square dogs. And if you'll notice that all of the wild dogs, the African wild dogs, the coyotes, wolves, all those dogs are much shallower in the brisket and they're longer in the loin. And I will say, and I know I do have one kindred spirit here because Pam Reed is here and she's incredibly active in the working dog world. And I will say that in my experience in the working dog world, the longer loin is more agile. It maybe is not as powerful, but it's more agile. This is a field-bred pointer. No brisket. It's also very, very short in the croup. Steep in the croup. These are the same breeds. It looks like different breeds to me. This is a border collie. This is a top border collie, I believe, either from Scotland or New Zealand. And working sheep here. There's a little athletic little border collie. This is a top herding border collie.